Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey, as this afternoon the 4-5-2 Hillers take on 12-0-1 Medfield. Hillers currently ranked 20th in the MIAA Division II state tournament rankings. Medfield currently ranked number 2 in the Division III MIAA state tournament rankings. It should be a good showdown here today. This Medfield team, they are tough, they're battle tested, and right now they have the best record in the TVL, so certainly a tall task for the Hopkinton Hillers. But this Hiller team, they just keep getting better and better every game, and we expect this game to be quite a battle between two very good teams. It is a great afternoon here at the New England Sports Center. The crowd is building up. It looks like we'll have a good crowd on hand here today, and it should be a very fun atmosphere for this cross TVL matchup as the Hillers look to continue their success. They've won a couple big games as of late, and right now we'll send it down to ringside for the opening announcements.
Starting on Medfield, number 30, Charlie Duggan. Starting on D, number 4, Nick Natassos. On D, number 24, Owen Mix. On the left, number 10, Matt Dixon. On the right, number 16, John Sanderson.
Starting in goal, Colton Spavento, number 23. Number 16, Parker Wynn. Number 22, Finn Mahone. Number 6, Connor Murphy. Number 2, Carl.
Please rise and remove your caps.
There you have it, the opening lineups and the national anthem, and we are ready for some hockey here at the New England Sports Center. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you, John Ritz on camera, as we are set to get started in this cross TVL matchup. The Hillers coming off a pair of big wins as of late. Last Saturday, a very impressive overtime win against the Medway Mustangs. 16 seconds into overtime, Hillers were able to take the victory off a Ian Tosca goal, and it was certainly A great win for the Hillers, and then after that last Wednesday, they took on Dover Sherborne on the road and got the 5-3 win. As we are underway, Medfield driving in, a backhander by Matthew Dixon goes wide, and now along the near side. Well, this Medfield team, they are experienced, they've played together quite a while, and they are tough. The Hillers are really going to have to leave it all on the ice here today to try to come up with a win against this very good Medfield team, as we'll get a face-off in the Medfield zone with the icing call. 25 seconds into action. And the face-off for Medfield with Sanderson up against Merkel. Now along the far side, sent up into the neutral zone. Across goes Wynn into Medfield territory, and we're going to get an icing call. We'll have a face-off in Hiller territory. Your goaltender matchup, you got Colton Spavento in net for the Hillers, sophomore goaltender. Charlie Duggan for the Warriors. Along the corner to the blue line, and that shot out of play off the stick of Ben Lusby. Driving in, there's a shot. Good save by Spavento. Putting on the pressure there was Luke Dixon. Now a battle for it along the corner. Along the far side it goes. Lusby shoots it in to the neutral zone, and then it's deflected out of play. We'll have our fourth face-off in the first minute and 5 seconds. 13:55 left to go in this first period. Off the face-off shot from the top of the circle, turned away. And there's another shot from the right circle. That was off the stick of Dixon. Along the near side now, sent over. Hillers trying to work their way up the ice, but Medfield doing a good job keeping it in Hiller territory as that's sent around by Dixon. Along the corner, Sam Spavento sends it up. And now into Medfield territory, looking for Parker Wynn. To the end boards it goes. Wynn trying to bring it around to the near side corner now. A battle for it between Wynn and Nee as he'll send it across. Well, the Hillers having a tough time keeping it in Medfield territory in these early minutes. The Warriors quick to get it out of their zone. The Hillers certainly going to need to get some pressure going as much as they can in this one. Taking it around is Dixon. And coming away with it now is Parker Wynn. Sends it across. Shot from the top of the circle, out of play. Goes Matt Pedroli. A little too much mustard on that one. We'll get a face-off at 12:46 left to go in the first period. Medfield led by head coach John Jepson. Hillers led by head coach Scott Hayes. A good coaching matchup here today between two of the best in the TBL. Pinned up along the end boards. And that's sent out to the slot, but a hard hit delivered there on Pedroli. And now towards Pedroli along the left circle. Quite a matchup Pedroli's got going as he was being covered by Nick Intasios. Intasios, a physical player. Pedroli, a physical player. That's going to be a fun battle to watch. Shot from the right circle. It's in. That was Jack Gwaltney, the senior, and Medfield strikes first. So that was just a beauty of a shot by Gwaltney, an absolute rocket. Glove side, and no stopping that one for Spavento. A 1-0 Medfield lead at 12:13 left to go in the first period. Off the face-off. Natasio sends it across. Medfield working up the far side. Trying to take it across is Blake. He's contested. Back to the neutral zone now. Into Hiller territory. Deflected out. Nice job by Anderson knocking that one up the ice. Along the far side. Sent up into Medfield territory by Parker Rivera. Off the boards goes Owen Mix. Sent across. Looking for Intasios. And now coming up the ice, Pavento. He'll put it towards the end boards. Picked up by Mix. Along the far side now. Pajoli takes a big hit. Along the end board. Sent out. There's a shot. It's covered up. Good pressure there by the Hillers. A nice feed from Jack Resnick to Chris Resnick, who gets the shot from the lower slot, and a good save by the senior goaltender, Charlie Duggan. Off the face-off. Along the near side, coming up with it, Braden Kane. Along the corner now, that is Lusby. He'll send it up. Warriors try to work their way back into Hiller territory. Well, if the Hillers could get some good setups like the one they just had, they should be able to put some goals on the scoreboard, as that is a rocket into Hiller territory by Lusby off the protective netting. And we'll get a face-off at 10:52 left to go in the first period. Face-off at center ice. It'll be Connor Merkel up against Joe Nee. Banged off the boards by Dixon before he takes a big hit. Along the end boards. Coming away with it is Merkel. Well, the good thing about this Hiller team is they have some good speed on the ice. They're going to need it for this Medfield team. With it is Dixon putting on the move, stolen away. And now sent to the right circle. There's a shot turned away. Dangerous open shot there by John Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy now along the near side. Sends it around, and it is picked up in the corner, sent up the ice by Moore. Warriors keeping it in Hiller territory. A battle for it along the boards. Moore trying to set it away. Now getting in there is Merkel. Coming around with it, Shaughnessy sends it out front, and it's sent away by Mahan, but picking it up at the blue line, Lusby. Back along the corner now. And Mahan flings it up the ice. We'll get a face-off at 9:37 left to go off the icing call. Now this Medfield team, they are quick and efficient. And they're gonna try to keep the pressure on. The Hillers, they're going to be looking for some breakaways. Sent it over by Wynn. Hillers work their way up into Medfield territory. Along the far side, that's Resnick. He'll send it to the end boards. To the near side goes Sanderson. Here comes Dixon. Dixon along the near side, takes it around. And Wynn puts him into the end boards. Backhanded up the ice by Rivera, sent back down by Cragen. Cragen trying to put it back into Hiller territory, deflected by Resnick. Resnick up against Cragen. He'll pop it off the end boards. To the near side we go. With it is Dixon. Up to Gwaltney. Gwaltney flings it into the neutral zone. Oh, a mishandle there, but Wynn able to pick it back up, and we're going to get a trip, I think. Well, Wynn had that little mishandle, and it looked like Medfield was going to have a clean breakaway as Matt Dixon was flying up the far side. And I think he reached that stick out and made some contact, so he's going to take a seat for 2 minutes, and Medfield is on the power play at 8:43 left to go in the first period. Connor Merkel up against Joseph Nee. Well, the Hillers short-handed here. So they're going to have to try to play a little keep away. Lusby sends it over. Over to the left circle now. Flung up the ice by Mahan. Good job by Finn Mahan getting that one away. Intasios. Over to Lusby. Back to Intasios now. Challenging in Medfield territory is Mahan. Back to Lusby. Sends it over to the far side. Now along the boards at his knee. Up to the blue line he goes to Intasios. Over to the left circle now. Getting in the way, Mahan. 1:15 left to go on the Medfield power play. Here comes Dixon. Along the corner. Dixon sends it over. Hillers got all the defenders along the zone. They're trying their best not to let Medfield get any centering passes. Along the end boards, it's a battle. Into the corner goes Nee. Top of the left circle, Lusby. To the blue line, takes the shot from the left point. Turned away. And then flung up the ice by Carter Moore. Good clock burner there. Hillers make a change. 30 seconds left on the power play. Picking it up, Spavento. Back into Medfield territory he goes. Taking it out of the corner, Owen Mix. Sends it across. Out of play it goes. And we'll have a face-off. 6:57 left to go in the first period. 15 seconds left. Back into Medfield territory he goes. Off the face-off. Along the end boards now. Sent to the far side boards towards Mix, and there's a shot from the right circle. And now battle for it out in front of the net. With that last shot, that was Dixon. Medfield trying to crash in once again. Into Warriors territory. The power play has expired. Very good PK by the Hillers. 6:18 left to go in the first period. Merkel up against Cragen. Taking it along the corner, Dixon. He gets pinned up against the boards by Wynn. Wynn trying to come away with it. Popped off the glass. Into Medfield territory. And on a breakaway there was Pedroli. Hillers looking for a call, and are we going to get one? Yeah, I think we're going to get an interference call against Medfield. So the Hillers will be on the power play. They're going to get Nicholas Intasios with the interference call. Big opportunity here for the Hillers. Will Iantoska on the face-off for Hopkinton. Up against John Sanderson. Correction, Luke Dixon. Wynn sends it over. Pedroli with the shot, and it's wrapped up by Charlie Duggan. Well, that was a great setup by the Hillers. Nice pass by Wynn to Pedroli. Along the far side, Pedroli sends it over to Wynn. Wynn back towards the left circle. Misses on the attempt to get it to Ian Tosca. Now along the end boards. Sent up by Lusby. Pedroli at the blue line sends it up. Deflects across to the near side. Win with it. Some good passing by the Hillers in the neutral zone. Merkel trying to work his way up. Lost the puck there. Pedroli able to pick it up. Here he comes. Battle along the end boards now. Pedroli sends it around. Merkel trying to dig it out. And that's sent to the right circle. There's a shot by Ian Tosca. Turned away. And I think the net came dislodged as well. 5:07 left to go in the first period. 1:10 left on the Hiller power play. Merkel up against Knee. Along the blue line, sent over to Pedroli. I think we're going to get an offsides call. We will indeed. Off the face-off. Puck squirts out up the ice, and it's picked up by Pedroli. Here comes Pedroli flying up the near side. Leaves it behind. And now in the high slot, there's a shot, and it's just wide left by Wynn. Sent across to the near side. Merkel trying to dig it out. Merkel and a pair of Warriors in there. Sent up to the blue line to Ian Tosca. And now a hard shot by Wynn, but a great save by Duggan. Well, that was a good job by Resnick getting to that corner to bail out Merkel, who was tied up with a couple Medfield defenders. 34 seconds left on the power play. Along the corner, Medfield trying to burn some clock there. Sent across by Pedroli. Wynn to the net, it's deflected in! Parker Wynn took the shot, and the question is, did Ian Tosca get a piece? In any case, it's a 1-1 game at 4:19 left to go in the first period. And it looks like Ian Tosca did indeed get a piece. So Ian Tosca will get the credit for the goal, and Parker Wynn with the assist. A great job by the Hillers taking advantage of the power play. Pedroli leaves it for Rivera. Sent across now, taking it up the far side, Gwaltney. Back up the near side now, popped off the boards by Kane. Along the end boards to Costa. Costa trying to dig it out of the corner. Up the near side goes Dixon. And it's intercepted. Here comes Layton. Approaching and puts that one softly towards the net, covered up by Duggan. .343 left to go in the first period. Ian Tosca up against Sanderson. I'll tell you, this has been a very good period for the Hillers. Started off a little shaky. Medfield getting a lot of pressure, but the Hillers doing a nice job these last few minutes, keeping it in Medfield's zone. Popped off the boards, and here come the Hillers once again. Into Medfield territory, Resnick goes. He gets tripped up along the corner, flung up the far side. Oh, pass over by Spavento looking for a win. Resnick sends it up. Now Ian Tosca will wrap it around. Jammed up along the corner. Ian Tosca trying to dig it out, sends it out. Gwaltney there for Medfield. Gwaltney with the pass to Dixon. Hard hit delivered by Spavento, and are we going to get a call here? No call for just a clean hit by Spavento, and we'll get a face-off. It was an offsides call. Over to Antasios, sends it up along the back of the Hiller net, and I think the net might have come dislodged. We'll get a face-off at 2:44 left to go. Merkel up against Sutton. Along the blue line, backhanding it up the ice, and Antasios. Taking it around the end boards. Merkel, hard hit delivered there. Merkel right back up, trying to dig it out. That hit got the Medfield bench going, as you could probably hear in the background. Along the near side, battle for it. And you're getting everything you expected in this one. A tough physical game, lots of big hits, and two teams that really want to pull out the win here this afternoon. Big hit delivered behind the net by Moore. And now battle for it along the corner. Sent up the far side, back up the ice goes Owen Mix. Digging it out is DaCosta as he tries to work it up the near side, sent back down. Picked up by Moore. Moore flings it into the neutral zone. With it now, Mix. Mix puts it up into Hiller territory to the near side corner, and shot immediately back up the ice. Hiller's in the midst of a change. Back into the game, Chris Resnick. Battle for it along the far side. Up the ice goes Wynn. Wynn trying to get to it. Medfield able to keep it in Hiller territory, and that is deflected off the stick of Ian Tosca and wrapped up by Spavento. We'll get a face-off with exactly a minute left to go in the first period. Along the end boards, Shaughnessy sends it out, and a shot there wrapped up. Good save by Spavento. Just waiting in front of the net was Knee, and he tried to backhand it in. And Tosca up against Knee along the far side. And that's sent to the net and covered up by Spavento. Ben Lusby with the shot from the right side of the blue line. .44 seconds left to go. A wrister into the slot and able to poke it out is Ian Tosca. Here come the Hillers. Racing up the ice. There's a shot. Deflected. Resnick had the nice breakaway and shot there. Duggan able to get the glove on it. And he was just able to. That nearly got by him. Sent out of the corner by Jack Resnick. Off the boards it goes. Picked up by Dixon. He has a breakaway. A one-on-one takes a shot, and it's wide. Along the near side now. Sent over to the far side by Ian Tosca. Into Medfield territory it goes. 3 seconds left in the period. Along the far side. And that'll do it. What a period of hockey that was. Very entertaining. A tough physical battle we got going on here between these two TVL teams. Medfield scores just a little under 3 minutes into the first period. A Jack Waltney goal. But the Hillers respond on a power play opportunity, courtesy of Will Ian Tosca, with a beauty of a feed from Parker Wynn. It's a 1-1 game through one period of play. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Stick around for some of the latest Hopkinton Hiller highlights.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Bill's Pizzeria Kitchen and Grill, located at 14 Main Street. Find them online at mybillspizza.com. This program is brought to you in part by tvlsports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at tvlsports.net. tvlsports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. Week 6 of the Hillers 2024-2025 winter season started off on Tuesday, January 14th, as the Hiller girls basketball team hosted Millis. Millis had a 24-21 lead heading into the second half.
Up against Grattan. Trying to get it underneath to Whiteman Kraus, and Millis has it back. Grattan feeds it underneath. Up and in goes Sydney O'Toole. And it's stripped away. Hillers have it. Restagini coast to coast. Count it. Grattan working along the wing, taking it in, kicks it out. 3 attempt, knocks it down. Grace Higgins.
After a very offensive second quarter, the Hillers fell short to Millis. The Mohawks take the 48-39 win. Millis improves to 7-3. The Hiller girls fall to 5-4 on the season. Freshman Abby Rabinovich led the Hillers with 12 points overall. Tegan Restagini added 11 points. Millis had several point scorers. Lindsey Grattan led the way for the Mohawks with 13 points, including 11 in the second half. It was a busy Wednesday for the Hillers. Hiller Wrestling hosted Keefe Tech at Doyle Gym. Here's a look. Hopkinton ended up capturing the 50-18 win over Keefe Tech. Hopkinton improves to 3-0 on the season. Also on Wednesday at the New England Sports Center, it was a Hiller hockey doubleheader. Boys hockey started off the festivities, meeting up with Gloucester. It was a 1-1 game through the first period. With just over 3 minutes left in the second period, things got very wild.
Away, puck still loose. Out in front of the net. Spavento trying to cover it up, and it looks like we have a goal. Lucas Albino, I believe, was able to put it in. Pick it up. Sends it over. Cross goes Quinn. Popped off the boards. And Petroli driving up the ice around the goalie. And he pops it in. Wow, what a backhander by Matt Petroli to retie the game. Puck squirts out. Sent over to the high slot. There's a shot by Curley, turned away. Back to Curley it goes. Puck deflected. Trying to close in. And it's knocked in. It went off the skate of Cade Cooper. Passed over by Albino. Here comes Gloucester. Working their way towards Hiller territory. A nice move there. Out in front. And another score for Gloucester. Giacomo Martel, the senior.
4 goals in the final 3 minutes and 17 seconds of the second period. 3 more for the Fishermen and 1 for the Hillers. It was a 4-2 Gloucester lead heading into the third period.
Gets it over to Merkel. Matt Petroli has had a terrific season so far. He's going to be someone to watch for this Hiller team. Back to Merkel, wrister, and it's in! What a shot by Connor Merkel! Sanfilippo sends it over right to the slot. There's a shot, and it's turned away. And then off the rebound, Cameron Amaro waiting in the right circle. Francis with it. Back to Francis. And it's thrown away. Pedroli approaching. And he pops it in! Matt Pedroli coming up the slot says, I'll take that. 2-1 period in favor of the Hillers. And another breakaway here. Pedroli. That shot turned away. Off the rebound. Yes! He knocks it in. We are tied at 5. And now approaching Salah. And there's a shot from the right circle. And was that in? Yes. Jacob Harris somehow able to knock that one in.
The Hillers came up just short as the Fishermen of Gloucester held on for the 6-5 win. Gloucester improves to 4-5-1. Hillers fell to 2-5-2. After the boys' game, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Co-op Girls Hockey hosted the Algonquin Co-op. Algonquin had a 1-0 lead heading into the second period.
Able to put it up the ice was Rivera. And now McPherson working her way down. Around the defender, takes the shot and nets it. Kelsey McPherson able to take advantage of the breakaway opportunity. She shook one defender, maneuvers around another, pops it in, and this game is tied. Looking to intercept into the right circle, and it's netted. What a shot there by Brooke Cutler. A chaotic few minutes in this period. Jean breaking through. Jean approaching around the defender. Backhander, she's got it! Lucy Jean!
The Hillers struck for 2 goals, but Algonquin struck as well, and the game was tied at 2 apiece heading into the third period.
Up the far side, around the defenders, and she has another one! Unreal! Kelsey McPherson. Here comes Glenn. Glenn, a wide open breakaway, pops it in. And this game is retied.
Both teams net another goal in the third period, and we head into a back and forth 4-on-4 overtime.
Sending it over. Putting on the moves there was Moroso, and now Nolo battle along the far side. And that is going to do it. This game is going to end in a tie.
The game remained tied through overtime and ends in a 3-3 draw. Hopkinton DS is now 4-6-1 on the season. Algonquin is now 4-1-1. On Thursday, January 16th, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes.
For 1003, Kyle Host from 33.10 on the red course, number 803, Barry O'Brien from Hopkinton. Time for number 410, Nikita. Number 30.62 on the blue course, number 718, Mary Poopin from Wachusett.
Be sure to check out Hiller Alpine Ski live on HCAM Thursdays at 7 p.m. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the second period. A quick peek at the TVL standings. There you see it. Hopkinton 4-5-2, ranked 20th in Division II. Medfield 12-0-1, ranked second in Division III. And we'll show you those a bit later in the broadcast as well, give you the full TVL picture. There's a shot right off the bat by Gwaltney, and it's deflected out of play. We'll have a face-off in Hiller territory. Along the far side, sent to the corner. Wynn trying to dig it out. Racing up the near side, Merkel over to Pedroli. Pedroli along the end boards, and he's boxed out by Intasios. Now to the blue line, Spavento. Merkel wrists it up the ice, off the end boards it goes, set aside by Duggan. A battle for it along the boards, and coming up the ice now, Sanderson. Sanderson putting on the moves. He'll take it around. Takes it up the far side, sends it to Intasios. He'll wrap it around along the end boards now. Wristed around by Wynn. We'll get an icing call. 13:57 left to go in the second period. Well, in the first period, you had Jack Gwaltney net a beauty of a goal at 12-13 for Medfield to give them a 1-0 lead. Then on a power play, a great feed from Parker Wynn. Ian Tosca with the little touch to knock it in. And that's where we stand at 1 apiece. There's a shot off the side of the net by Knee. Coming around with it is Shaughnessy. Along the end boards. Sending it up, Dixon. And that was a nice pass by Sanderson looking for Shaughnessy. Just got away from him. The battle for it along the end boards. Along the far side now. Coming away with it, Resnick. Here come the Hillers. Jack Resnick racing towards the corner, and we're going to get an icing. And he tried to get there in time, but just a little bit late, and we get a face-off at 13:20 left to go. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call this afternoon. John Ritz on camera. We thank everyone out there for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. A great cross-TVL matchup with the Hillers and the Medfield Warriors. Off the face-off. Sent up by Moore. Along the far side, Jack Resnick trying to put it into Medfield territory. Here comes Resnick. There's a shot from the right circle, just off the mark. Along the near side. Resnick trying to come away with it once again. Oh, Jack Resnick, some good speed on the ice. There's a shot, and Luke Dixon shoots that one a little high. He's trying to go top shelf on that one. Resnick moves it up the far side, sent into Medfield territory by DaCosta. Hillers make a change, trying to stuff it in. It's turned away. Will Ian Tosca just snuck in there. It was nearly able to sneak it in. Sending it up is Blake. Over to the end boards it goes, picked up by DaCosta. He moves it across. Here come the Hillers up the far side, racing in. A good feed there. And that was a nice feed by Rivera to Martin, and I think we're going to get possibly a call here. Nope, no call. All right. We'll get an offsides call. Yeah, I thought there might have been maybe some interference there, but no call by the officials. They say the hit was clean as Blake sends it over. Here comes Cragen. Gets it over to Blake. Puck comes squirting out. Blake takes a big hit along the end boards. Popped off the boards by Breslin. There's a quick shot, and what a save by Spavento. Nick Intasios with a rapid-fire shot right there. This faceoff comes at 11:46 left to go in the second period. Connor Merkel up against John Sanderson. And a quick shot off the faceoff there by Dixon, turned away. Along the far side now. Dixon with it. Sends it over. Top of the circle. Off the post by Lusby. Lusby puts it back towards the net. Along the end boards now. Trying to dig it out was Waltney. And Hiller is able to get it away as they work up the far side. Here comes Merkel. Merkel with Mahan crashing in as well. Tries to send it out. Mahan was boxed out. Along the near side now. And racing to it is Sanderson. Some good back and forth action as it's sent to the end boards by Lusby. Moore trying to bring it out. And now coming away with it, Pedroli. Pedroli trying to get by Lusby. And Lusby able to get the best of him in that one. Sent up by Sanderson. And what do we have here? Looks like the puck just may have went out of play. We'll get a face-off in Hiller territory. 10:41 left to go in the second period. Ian Tosca up against Knee. Backhanded up the ice by Resnick. Tasios moves it up the far side. Sending it across the wind. Banging it off the corner, Spavento. Into Medfield territory, and Tasios pops it off the boards. Wynn gets it over to the near side, moved up the ice by Spavento. Here comes Ian Tosca. He's racing up and able to get it away from him is Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy trying to work his way down. Getting out in front of him was Ian Tosca. Sent up now by Wynn into Medfield territory. Along the end boards it goes. With it is Mix. Digging it out of the corner, Resnick sends it back across to the near side. Ian Tosca doing some battling along the near side corner, trying to get the puck out. And it is sent up. Racing up the ice now. There's a shot just wide goes Shaughnessy. Knee with it. Sends it across over to Mix. Mix trying to come down hard. Takes the shot off the post. Sent away by Wynn. Another shot there is wide by Dixon. Warriors bringing the pressure along the end boards. Battle for it now along the far side with it, Lusby. And it's deflected up the ice. Here comes Resnick. Racing in, takes the shot, turned away. Jack Resnick, a nice breakaway there. Good save by Duggan. Along the near side, Intasios sends it across. Picking it up, Martin. Raphael Martin pops it off the boards, gets it over to Layton. Layton able to move it into Medfield territory. Closing in, Parker Rivera. Sent to the near side now. Into the left circle. And it's stolen away by Knee. Knee pops it off the boards. It deflects into Hiller territory, and we'll get an icing call. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the second period. On the face-off is Parker Rivera for the Hillers, who's up against Sutton. Puck now along the corner, trying to dig it out is Rivera. And it's a battle for it. Comes squirting out, and Cragen will move it up the far side. Popped off the boards by Layton. Hillers trying to close in once again. Off the boards goes Cragen into the neutral zone. Backhanded up the ice by Layton. And deflected out of play off the stick of Raphael Martin. And we will get a face-off at 8:03 left to go. And official in a bit of a discussion with the Hiller bench. He just needed a puck. Making sure they have some extra pucks ready to go. Merkel up against Sutton. Battle for it. Pedroli sends it to the far side. Pedroli moves it into Medfield territory. And we're either gonna, I think we're gonna get a penalty here. I think they're gonna get Merkel. They're gonna get Merkel with interference. Yeah, Merkel was all over the defender. And he's gonna take a seat for the next 2 minutes. Medfield will have their second power play opportunity of the game. Matt Pedroli up against John Sanderson. Popped off the boards, top of the circle. A shot, it's in! Ben Lusby wrists it in, and it's 2-1 Medfield. That score comes at 7:45 left to go in the second period. Lusby just brought the heat with that shot right on target and puts Medfield back on top. The good news for the Hillers is they'll be at full strength as the Medfield power play comes to a quick end. Into Warriors territory, Tassios cross. Sends it up the far side over to Dixon. Dixon pops it off the boards, sent now towards the net, getting by Resnick. Wynn trying to get in the way for the Hillers as it squirts out back into Hopkinton territory, and we'll get an icing call. This face-off comes at 7:24 left to go in the second period. Ryan Tosca up against Knee. Along the corner, that's Shaughnessy. Sends it up the near side into Hiller territory. Dixon leaves it behind, and a beauty of a feed by Dixon, and Joseph Knee pops it in. Well, that was just a picture-perfect pass by Dixon. Left it behind, and Knee right on target. And Medfield up 3-1. That score comes at 7:11 left to go. Well, the Hillers are going to be looking for a quick response here. Merkel up against Knee. Along the far side, Shaughnessy pops it off the boards. Sent to the near side by DaCosta. Merkel gets in there. Merkel trying to come around with it, and he takes a hit into the boards by Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy comes out with it. In the high slot, that shot just off the mark by Knee. Well, the Warriors, they're really starting to zone into their target now. The Hillers, they need to get it out of the zone. Moore leaves it behind for Merkel. Merkel trying to come away with it. Over to Moore. Moore pops it up the ice along the far side now. Sent over by Antasios. Looking to bring it down is Mix. Knee. Now here comes Dixon. Back to Knee. The backhander. And it'll squirt over to the far side. Picking it up along the end boards is DaCosta. And he'll pop it into Medfield territory, but we'll get an icing call. 5:50 left to go in the second period. And Tosca up against Sutton. Puck squirts out to the far side, and that shot by Kane is deflected. Sent down by Lusby. Moved up by Breslin, and now out in front, trying to stuff it in. Turned away, still out in the danger zone. And Hiller's finally able to clear. Along the end boards. Here comes Wynn. Wrists it up the ice. Lusby with it. Lusby moves it back into Hiller territory, and we'll get an icing call. We'll move into Medfield territory, and the Hillers certainly would like to keep it there for a while, as Medfield has been bringing the pressure the last few minutes. Resnick up against Sanderson. And there's a quick shot by Spavento and a save by Duggan. Resnick up against Sanderson once again. Puck still out in the middle of the circle, sent to the corner by Chris Resnick. Up the boards to Sam Spavento. He'll move it down into the corner. Resnick puts it towards the net, and Duggan able to glove it. Jack Resnick up against John Sanderson. Off the face-off, a shot there, and nearly a score. I'm not sure who got that shot. It happened so fast. And here comes Medfield now looking to bring the pressure. Gwaltney takes it around, moves it up the far side to the blue line. Kane flings it off the end boards, and now trying to dig it out is Wynn. Spavento comes away with it, moves it into the neutral zone. Lusby back into Hiller territory he goes. Along the corner is Wynn. Moved up to the blue line, and now out in front. A battle for it. And able to get it away is Zion Tosca. Intercepted there by Jack Resnick. Here he comes into Medfield territory. Backhander! And it looks like it is going to be a save by Duggan. Well, that was an unbelievable breakaway by Jack Resnick. Just got in the middle of the passing zone, able to steal that one away. Had a nice backhander, but quite a save by Duggan there. Along the corner, it's sent out. Over to the far side, Shaughnessy working his way into Hiller territory, into the slot now, and it's covered up by Spavento as Joseph Nee was trying to close in. This faceoff comes at 3:46 left to go in the second period. Merkel up against Nee, and it looks like we had a false start there. Merkel kicked out of the faceoff. Pedroli will take over. Off the glass goes to Costa. Racing up the ice, Merkel. Merkel into the left circle, and we get a whistle. Man, are we going to have a call here? Pedroli was down on the ice. Perhaps we'll have a tripping call. Looks like we will. Oh, nope. Not so fast. Looked like he was pointing towards the penalty box. Offsides was the call. Into Hiller territory. And covered up by Spavento. DaCosta was trying to send it out and didn't quite get the angle he was looking for. This faceoff comes at 3:26 left to go in the second period. And Tosca up against knee. Well, Medfield certainly has brought the heat in this second period. And now it's up to the Hillers to respond as that shot's off the mark by Mix. Popped off the boards by Ian Tosca. Across goes Resnick. Chris Resnick looking for Jack Resnick. Spavento backhands it towards Medfield territory, but Joseph Nee was there. Now up the far side, Dixon puts on a move, and a couple Hiller defenders able to get there. Popped off the boards by Ian Tosca. Pinned up now along the far side boards. Towards the net goes Nee. And back up the far side goes Wynn into the neutral zone. Along the near side. Pass over by Mix. Back to Mix. Moves it to Intasios. Intasios flings it into Hiller territory. Off the end boards it goes. Wrapping it around Spavento. Popped off the glass there. Into the slot, and it's deflected up. Wynn able to kick it away with his skate, get it out of that danger zone, and then into the protective netting it goes. We'll get a face-off at 2:06. Left to go in the second period. Both teams changing the line out there. Merkel up against Sanderson. Pedroli was trying to break away with it, getting in his way was Nee, and now along the end boards. Sent across by Moore. Up the ice goes Lusby. Along the end boards, over to the near side. Resnick trying to move it up. Coming away with it is Medfield, sent behind the net by Gwaltney. And now intercepted by Pedroli. Here he comes. Pedroli racing into Medfield territory. Takes a shot, turned away, and a follow-through shot, and that's turned away as well. Merkel came in right behind Pedroli, and now Medfield has a breakaway. Dixon gonna bring it around. He's working against Merkel. Along the far side, Sanderson. Well, that's what you want to do if you're the Hillers. Try to get those breakaways and then have someone come in right behind and try to score off deflection. And that was a good idea there by the Hillers. Along the near side, a wrister, and that's just wide by Sanderson. Along the end boards. Moore moving it to the near side, over to the blue line. That shot just off the mark by Sutton. Warriors doing a nice job in this period at keeping it in Hiller territory. Hopkinton has not had much time in Medfield zone. That shot is deflected to the far side. It was off the stick of Gwaltney, and now along the end boards. Coming away with it, Blake. Jammed up along the corner now. Pedroli gets in there. Merkel joins in on the fun. Trying to dig it out to Costa. Sent out in front, and it's just wide on that attempt. And pinning it up against the boards is Merkel, and that'll do it for the second period. Well, Medfield adds a pair of goals. They lead it 3-1 as we head into the final 15 minutes of regulation. Can the Hillers work their way back in this game? We shall find out. But for now, we'll step away for a few minutes and allow you to enjoy some of the latest and greatest Hopkinton Hiller highlights.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
On Thursday, January 16th, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes.
Number 1003, Kyle Holstrom, 33.10 on the red course. Number 803, Barry O'Brien from Hopkinton. Time for number 410, Nikita. Number 30.62 on the blue course. Number 718, Mary Poopin from Wachusett.
Be sure to check out Hiller Alpine Ski live on HCAM, Thursdays at 7 p.m. On Friday, January 17th, Hiller Boys Basketball hosted Bellingham. Hopkinton ended up getting the 90-53 win over Bellingham and improves to 7-3 on the season. The Hiller girls took care of business on the road in Bellingham, grabbing a 55-48 victory. The girls improved to 6-4 on the season. Hiller girls swimming was also in action Friday night against Norton, and a lot of close races took place. Hopkinton girls swimming took the very close meet by a final of 85-83. The girls are now 2-3 on the season. This past Saturday, Hiller Boys Hockey hosted Medway and got things going early.
Battle for it now, and we get a score. Finn Mahan netting one for the Hillers at 12:09 left to go. And a great start for Hopkinton. And some pressure in front of the net. Some great saves by Spavento. Cleared by a defender. Another save by Spavento. And then it is put in by the captain, Colin Towley. Some pressure there, and Petroli has a goal.
Hillers led 2-1 heading into the second period.
Looking for a breakaway here. Takes the shot and it's in! What a score! Will Ian-Tosca makes it 3-1 Hillers. Ian-Tosca just had a clean break right up the ice and pops it in at 13:44 left to go in the second period. There's a shot and it's in from the blue line. Nick Bazaka just blasts one past Spavento, and Medway gets one back. It's a 3-2 game.
Both teams net a goal apiece, and it was a 3-2 Hiller lead heading into the third period.
Sent over, driving up, Drake. There's a shot and top shelf.
The Medway goal ends up being the only score of the third period, and the game went to a 4-on-4 sudden death 5-minute overtime, tied at 3 apiece.
5-minute overtime, here we go. Hiller's working right to left across your screen. 16 seconds in, and that'll do it.
16 seconds into overtime. Will Iantosca, that's the game winner. The Hillers get the victory over a very good Mustangs team, 4-3, and improve to 3-5-2 on the season. Medway falls to 5-3-1. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school.
Five-minute overtime. Here we go. Hillers working right to left across your screen. There's a shot in, the game winner. Will Iantosca. 16 seconds in, and that'll do it. The Hillers take the win. What a way to end it for the Hillers. Will Iantosca nets it, and the Hillers collect a 4-3 win against the Medway Mustangs. A tremendous victory for Hopkinton here today. The Hillers improved to 3-5-2 on the season. Medway falls to 5-3-1. As the Hillers get the job done and get the victory. Absolutely tremendous.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you? Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous.
I'm Sidney Donda, and I'll see you there.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Bill's Pizzeria Kitchen and Grill, located at 14 Main Street. Find them online at mybillspizza.com.
Welcome back to the New England Sports Center. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you today. John Ritz on camera. And on your screen right now, you're getting a look at the TVL standings. In the TVL Large, you got Westwood 8-4-0, Dedham 8-3-0, Norwood 6-3-0, Holliston Ashland 4-6-1, and the Hillers 4-5-2. And the amazing thing about the TVL Large, if the season ended today, all teams rank in the top 32, so all of them would qualify for the postseason. In the TVL Small, you got Bellingham 3-9-0, Norton 3-8-0, Dover Sherborne Weston 4-5-2, Medway 6-4-1, and Medfield remains undefeated at 12-0-1. Every team would be in the postseason in the TVL except for Bellingham, unfortunately, if the season ended today. As we are ready for the third period, a 3-1 Medfield lead. Hillers just came out of the locker room. I can't imagine it was very pleasant being in there. I'm sure Coach Hayes had a few things to say. As we are underway in this third period, the Hillers will be working left to right across your screen. Well, Medfield able to get it into Hiller territory. Along the corner, coming out with it, Mahan. Mahan racing up the ice. Along the far side now, sent over to Pedroli. Pedroli takes a hit. Sanderson with it. Gets it over to Gwaltney. Gwaltney into Hiller territory, set aside by Spavento. As it was right on net. Popped off the boards by Mahan. Along the near side, big hit delivered. As clashing was Wynn and Intasios. Now along the far side, Dixon with it. Sends it towards the end boards, intercepted there, sent up by Sam Spavento. Trying to come away with it, Ian Tosca. Warriors able to get it back. Dixon takes the shot just a little high. It was a perfect feed to Dixon, and he was able to drive right up the ice. Try to go top shelf with that one. There's a shot just wide by Shaughnessy. Well, one of the things that makes this Medfield team so good is just the crisp passing they have. It's intercepted. Here comes Resnick. Into the circle, takes the shot, wrapped up by Duggan. Now the Hillers, they have great passing as well. But certainly there's an experience factor also. A lot of seniors on this Medfield roster, not so many on the Hiller roster. But these are the types of teams you want to play to get ready for the postseason, no doubt about that. Of course, the Hillers still have some work to do to clinch a postseason spot, but things are looking very good as of right now. DaCosta moves it up the far side. Here comes Ian Tosca. He's boxed out. With it now is Shaughnessy. Racing into Hiller territory, looking to put on a move. DaCosta got in the way. Able to divert him there. Now along the far side. Sent over by Breslin. Popped off the boards by Moore. Moore now battling it out. Along the corner. Ian Tosca looking to send it up. Ian Tosca and knee in a battle for the puck. And it looks like we're going to have a call here. We're going to have an injury here. It looks like Jack Resnick might have hurt his hand. So he'll come out of the game and get looked at. 12:34 left to go in this third period. Well, we'll see if the Hillers can get some pressure going. They were able to find ways to get pressure on Medfield in that first period. One thing the Hillers are doing very good at is finding good breakaway opportunities. But there has been some tremendous saves by Charlie Duggan. And if you're Medfield, you got to give your goaltender some credit. He has saved a couple of very good shots. Along the slot, it's taken by Rivera. Puck is shot up the boards. Big hit delivered, gets the Medfield bench going. Now along the near side corner, top of the circle, putting on the moves. Sutton, that shot just wide. Over to the far side it goes, picking it up, Martin. Knocked back to the end boards by Breslin. It's a battle for it. Flung over to the near side corner. There's a shot, top of the circle, turned away. And then cleared away by Sam Spavento. That shot was by Braden Kane. Medfield approaching once again. Just wide goes Dixon. Along the near side corner. Wynn trying to send it up the ice. Sent around now by 21 Layton. Popped off the boards by Sam Spavento. Racing up the ice now, Lusby. And Lusby looking for Gwaltney out in front of the net. Just off the mark there. There's a shot, and it's wide by Gwaltney. Along the far side boards, a battle for it. Over to the corner now, Gwaltney moves it up to the blue line. Shot from the right point, turned away. Into the neutral zone, popped off the boards by Kane. Moved up the ice by Rivera. Coming down with it, Lusby. He'll put it wide of the net. And wristed up the ice. Out of play it goes. It went off the top of the Hiller bench area. And we'll get a face-off at 10:29 left to go. Connor Merkel on the face-off against Joseph Nee. Off the glass now. Here comes Pedroli. Pedroli taking a big hit. Merkel. And we're going to have a delayed penalty call. That's why the Hillers have pulled their goalie for that extra attacker. And the call will come as soon as Medfield's able to get possession of the puck. And here we go. And we're going to have a cross-check call against Medfield. So the Hillers with a huge opportunity here. They're going on the power play for 2 minutes. And taking a seat will be Joseph Nee. Hillers scored their only goal of this game on a power play. So we'll see if they can add another. Merkel along the far side, trying to get it over to Iantoska. Iantoska comes out with it, takes the shot, and it's wrapped up by Duggan. Good pressure there by the Hillers. 9:52 left to go in the third period. 1:49 left on the power play. Actually, the scoreboard number is a little broken, so it's either a 9 or a 0. Along the corner. Pedroli sends it across, looking for Wynn. Wynn trying to come out of the corner with it. Jack Resnick with it now. Sends it over to Merkel. Merkel with a shot. Gets it right into the danger zone. Turned back up ice by Wynn. Jammed up along the boards. Medfield trying to burn some clock. One-timer there by Wynn. Turned away. And it looks like we're going to need another puck. 9:21 left to go. 1:15 left on the Hiller power play. Merkel up against Sanderson. Over to the near side. Dixon going to send it up the ice. Spavento sets it aside. Pajoli trying to come down, stalled away. There's a shot, turned away, and then off the rebound. It's popped in by Sanderson. Medfield gets a shorthanded goal. That score comes at 9 minutes left to go. And the Warriors certainly feeling good about that one. Pajoli moves it across to Wynn. Wynn back to Pajoli. Trying to crash down with it, stolen away by Sanderson. Sanderson approaching, sends it over, and they got another one. Well, Medfield, everything just clicking for him, and it's Sanderson assisted by Dixon once again. Actually, that time it's going to be Dixon assisted by Sanderson. So another score for Medfield, and they have 2 shorthanded goals. And I think you can see why this Medfield team is 12-0-1. They are talented, no doubt about it. Coming out with it, Rivera. Stolen away once again. They have another breakaway. Carter Moore trying to get in the way. A shot there, and it's wrapped up by Spavento. Carter Moore used every ounce of energy he had to try to get up ice in time and get in the way of that breakaway opportunity. And he did a good job, probably saved another goal there. Well, the Warriors, they have just found the way to get good breakaways and get those 2-on-1s coming up the ice. Shaughnessy trying to dig it out of the corner. Along the end boards. Well, this is a game this Hiller team, they're going to learn from for sure. They'll learn some good lessons in this one. And we're going to get an offsides call. Penalty has expired. A 5-1 Medfield lead. They have added a couple more in this third period. Finn Mahan against Joseph Nee, and he gets kicked out of the face-off. Merkel will step in. Along the near side, Wynn with it. And Wynn contested. Puck is sent out. Trying to come away with it is Mahan. Hiller is looking for a breakaway of their own. Pajoli takes a shot, turned away. Along the end boards. Sent up the far side. A battle for it as Intasios matched up with Merkel. Puck brushed over to the near side boards. Now sent around. And a wrister from the top of the circle by Sam Spavento, wrapped up by Duggan. We'll get a face-off at 7:11 left to go. Hiller's gonna change things up on the ice. Jack Resnick up against Braden Sutton. Well, I'll tell you, look out. If you're in Division III, this Medfield team, they're going to be a force. They are talented. Along the near side. Trying to wrist it up the ice is Moore. Breslin sends it across. Anderson able to stop it, pops it off the boards. Up the ice goes Ian Tosca. And now here comes Chris Resnick. Takes the shot. Wrapped up by Duggan. We get a face-off at 6:38 left to go. And Tosca up against Breslin. Or correction, that was Sutton. Along the end boards. Digging it out of the corner, Resnick. And now some good back and forth along the near side. Trying to escape with it was Sutton. He was diverted. Around the boards it goes. Along the far side, just waiting at the top of the circle was Lusby. Took the one-timer and nearly was able to get it by Spavento. Great save there. And that's sent around. Medfield trying to bring the pressure. Popping it off the far side boards. Ian Tosca. Now a shot from the top of the circle, and then it's backhanded just wide off the rebound. Resnick moves it up. And putting it out of play there is Parker Wynn. We'll get a face-off. And 5:46 left to go as the Hillers change things up. Give you a quick peek at both of the rosters. And we are ready to continue on. Along the far side, and now coming out with it, Merkel. Along the end boards, he takes a hit. Now trying to dig it out is Pedroli and company. Top of the circle, that shot just wide by Moore. Along the near side now. Escaping with it is Kane. Medfield looking for another breakaway, and Kane races up the ice and makes it a 6-1 game. Braden Kane, the senior, with a beauty of a shot there. And at 5:14 left to go, Medfield's up by 5. And the Hillers gonna make a change in net. Colton Spavento's had enough. Connor Harris in the game. Yeah, I think it's a good time to make a change. Obviously, you're battling the record-wise best team in the TVL, and you know he's having a little bit of a rough go at it, and he's a very good goaltender, but Medfield, they're just getting open opportunities and just such crisp shots. Very difficult to make a save on a lot of these Medfield shots. Here comes Wynn, looking to close in. Over to the blue line, and there's a shot off the rebound, and it's gloved by Duggan. Duggan was just able to get the glove under that one. A nice initial shot by Sam Spavento, then crashing in. I believe it was Raphael Martin on the secondary shot. Off the face-off. And that one turned away. Good job by Charlie Jackson putting it right on net. He ends up gloving it to make sure the Hillers couldn't keep it in the danger zone. Off the face-off, and that shot diverted by Dixon, who got in the way. Medfield looking for a breakaway, wristed up the ice. Jackson trying to dig it out of the corner, takes a hit into the boards, able to send it up, however, and escaping with it, Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca able to move it up the near side, and now it's along the end boards. Sent over by Resnick to Ian Tosca, and it's intercepted by Maher, who sends it across. Along the end boards in Hiller territory, out in front, sent away by Jackson. Over to the blue line now, sent back up by Intasios. Sending it across, Ian Tosca. Picking it up, Cragen. Looking to close in, and over to the corner he goes. A back and forth battle along the near side corner. Racing up the ice, Merkel. Getting in the way was Lusby. He moves it far side, flung up the ice by Dixon. Sending it over, Altman. And now here comes Merkel. Merkel gets it to Pajoli. Over to the far side, flung in the air by Hardman. Under 3 minutes left to go in this third period. Well, you got a lot of the younger guys in there getting a taste of the action. Certainly good opportunity to do so. And a shot there by Anderson was on target, but just a bit wide. Now along the near side, it's a battle for it. Sent out by Breslin. Into Hiller territory we go. Well, Medfield, they're a relentless team. They're going to keep challenging. They don't give you a second to rest. And you saw Anderson wanted to take it behind the net, regroup there, but right on the attack was Shaughnessy. Layton racing in, takes the shot. And it is deflected out of play. Ended up going, I believe, off the goaltender's glove. Well, the Hillers, they've gotten some good shots in these last couple of minutes. This faceoff comes at 2:07 left to go. Along the near side, sent out to the slot, and it is wrapped up. Raphael Martin was trying to stuff it in. Faceoff comes at exactly 2 minutes left to go. Well, the Hillers are going to fall short in this one, but sometimes you just get outmatched, but you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get ready to go, because there's a long season left to go. And we're going to get an offsides call here. But I'll tell you, this Hiller group, they are talented. They got a huge win last Saturday against Medway. Tremendous overtime goal. 16 seconds into action. Ryan Tosca was able to finish it off and give the Hillers the 4-3 win. Along the near side, it is taken by Sanderson. Moves it up the far side, now across. Chris Resnick gets it, puts it back towards the neutral zone. Now with it is Knee. Along the end boards, up the near side now. Tassios sends it across. You know, one thing the Hillers are probably going to study from this game, how to avoid those situations where you give up those clean breakaways up the ice. And this will be a good learning experience for this team, and I think in the end, make them a better team. Sometimes you got to have this type of game to learn some hard lessons and be able to be better in the future. And these athletes for the Hillers certainly have a very bright future. Siglin with it, sends it over to the far side. Approaching 20 seconds left to go. Hillers looking for a goal here, and Tosca just misses the pass to Pedroli. Puck squirts out, and we're gonna get a call here, it looks like, perhaps. Yes, we will. So the Hillers are gonna be on the power play for the final 10 seconds of this game. Taking a seat will be Ben Lusby. And Tosca up against Knee. Top of the circle. Into traffic and brushed out. And that'll do it. Medfield comes away with the impressive win in this one, a 6-1 final. Great effort by the Hillers, but this Medfield team they're at the top of the world right now as they improved to 13-0-1. Hopkinton Hillers fall to 4-6-2. And for this young team to go against an experienced team like Medfield, it's just a great learning experience. And they will certainly pick themselves up and watch out if you're the Hillers' next opponent, because I'm sure they're going to have some aggression to get out of them after this tough loss here today. But the final score for the final time, Medfield 6, the Hillers 1. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.